In the shadowy corners of the comedy world, few names carry the kind of weight Patrice O'Neal's does. A man both feared and loved, respected and rejected, Patrice was the comedian who refused to bow down to Hollywood's unspoken rules. Most fans only know him for his sharp humor, his brutal honesty, and his unforgettable specials like Elephant in the Room. But behind the laughter was a man who saw too much, said too much, and paid the price for it. Patrice Lumumba O'Neal was born in New York City in 1969, and from the start, he stood out. Big, loud, confident, and brutally funny. He wasn't trying to fit in, he was trying to wake people up. In the early 90s, Patrice got his start performing at the Comedy Connection in Boston, a small club where future stars were born.
Hello?
Yeah, man. Sorry to keep you waiting so long. Go ahead, man.
I got this. I got a little problem. I was hoping I could get some advice from the Patrice O'Neal there.
Go ahead. Do you understand? Let's make sure you understand how you f***ed up. Do you have any sense of how you f***ed up there?
This was where he met guys like Dane Cook, Bill Burr, and Jim Norton. They all saw the same thing. Patrice had something different. He wasn't just telling jokes, he was making statements. He once said on stage, "I'm not trying to make you laugh, I'm trying to make you think. Laughing is just how you survive what I'm saying." Crowds didn't always know how to take him, but they couldn't look away. His sets were confrontational, raw, and real. He didn't care about pleasing anyone, not the audience, not the industry, not even other comics. By 1998, Patrice was one of the most talked about names in underground comedy. He had fire in his voice and truth in his punchlines. But behind the scenes, Hollywood had already started watching him closely. In the year 2000, a strange offer came his way, one that showed just how powerful his voice really was. Vince McMahon, the CEO of WWE, approached Patrice to join their writing team. The world of professional wrestling was built on drama, storylines, and power games, and Patrice fit right in.
You know how you can tell how pretty a white woman is? The value. You look at her, and then you wonder how long they would look for if she was missing.
He joined the writer's room surrounded by big egos and even bigger secrets. Later, Patrice would describe that experience as an eye-opener. He said, "It taught me how fake entertainment really is. They'll script emotions, they'll script reality, and then sell it back to you like truth." After his short stint in wrestling, Patrice's reputation grew fast. Hollywood started calling. VH1 came first, offering him a hosting spot on Web Junk 2.0. That show was like an early version of today's viral internet. Crazy clips, internet fails, and raw, unfiltered humor. And Patrice was perfect for it. But even then, you could see the tension. He would often joke on air about how he wasn't allowed to say what he really wanted. At one point, he laughed and said, "They pay me to be funny, but they don't want me to be honest. There's a difference." Patrice's television career started to climb fast. He appeared in shows like Arrested Development, The Office, and even The Chappelle Show. He was finally getting the attention his talent deserved. But deep down, Patrice didn't trust it. He could see how the system worked, how they lifted certain comedians up while quietly silencing others who didn't play along. On The Opie and Anthony Show, a popular radio program he co-hosted, Patrice became even more open about it.
You know how much money it'd take me to go, "Fuck you, motherfucker," to everybody? $5 million.
Yeah.
$5 million is enough to tell. Suck my dick.
Done. So obviously you're getting into the Tracy Morgan thing.
I'm getting into everything. It's all connecting. That's what I was trying to say.
It's all around us.
All connected.
But the Tracy Morgan thing is the big one today.
Well, see, my thing with Tracy is this. But here's what he's doing now. It's simple as this, man. Mm-hmm. The game we're in is like jail. You gotta be. There's no rogue, lonely, gunslinger guy in Hollywood. There's no, I do it myself and nobody fucks with me.
Do it my way.
My way. It ain't none of that. You got to be affiliated. Like if you go to prison, you can't go in there and go, "Hey, I'm just going to read my gun books and, I'm just going to chill out." You got to join something.
Yeah.
And if you don't join something, the guy's going to find out. So who you affiliate with? Well, I'm just chilling out and just hanging.
I'm my own person.
I'm going to you. Cause you have no affiliations, my friend.
Right.
You're not down with a cartel. So what Tracy, I mean, this is conjecture, but Tracy's just paying what he owes. Tracy owes a lot of people his career. This time around, he said something, and they said, "Oh, here's a good time." Tracy, yeah, what? What's up? Yeah, you're in deep. We gonna make you apologize, but you owe. And the fear that when you owe is that they're gonna take everything from you. Mm-hmm. So if they didn't make you, they can't really break you. And you see, I say they. It's the cartels, man. You do not look at people
I know exactly
have a
what
powerful cartel. I affiliate myself with Jews, low-level to mid-level Jews, because they deal in money. You pay them dough. The thing I like about Jews, dealing with them as a cartel, is they don't want you to be Jewish. You don't have to join. You don't have to give anything but what you owe. Mm-hmm. You don't have to you don't have to go to the parties. A lot of these cartels, man, you gotta be that. Listen, they can't control you. When you don't have nothing, look, they can't control you if the way that you control a motherfucker that don't got nothing is you give them something. And then you hold that something over their heads.
Right.
It is what it is.
That's where he said some of the most honest and dangerous things of his career. In one 2000s episode, he spoke about how the comedy world had gatekeepers. He said, "You don't have to be the funniest, you just have to be controllable. They don't want truth, they want obedience." Those words hit hard. And in a business where everything revolves around reputation and access, that kind of truth-telling could cost you everything. Not long after, Patrice made a comment that shook the comedy world. He mentioned that even top-tier comedians like Chris Rock had to play by those same rules. He said something that day that he later had to apologize for, but not because he wanted to. The next day, listeners noticed something different. Patrice was quieter. On the next broadcast, he issued a public apology, saying he'd gone too far. But those who really knew him could tell it wasn't genuine. He was protecting himself. Behind the microphone, Patrice once said privately, "When you talk about the people behind the curtain, they remind you who really signs the checks." It was after that moment that his career took a strange turn. Hollywood suddenly seemed to forgive him. They gave him another show, The Black Phillip Show, a raw and funny advice program where he talked about relationships, men and women. But what most didn't see was the hidden message underneath. Patrice had been warned. He couldn't talk about the powers that be anymore, so he redirected his fire towards human behavior and dating politics. It was smart, and it kept him working. Still, even while joking about love and dating, he dropped gems that made people think deeper. He once said, "The truth is, you can't tell the truth and expect comfort. You either live free or you live safe, not both." Those kind of lines made The Black Phillip Show a cult classic. Fans could tell there was more meaning behind every laugh, but Hollywood, they were keeping their eyes on him. By 2009, Patrice was back in full form. He started doing more stand-up, guest appearances, and interviews. His podcast numbers climbed, his specials drew loyal fans, and it felt like he was finally being recognized for his brilliance. But as his platform grew, so did his willingness to talk about uncomfortable truths again.
Show is called Patrice O'Neal's Guide to White People.
Yeah.
Hopefully Comedy Central will pick it up.
They better, man.
And all it is, basically, is I think white people have had a bad rap. And my character in the show teaches others from other countries and people in this country that this is white man's world. And I'm going to teach you things on how to get along with them.
Beautiful.
Because I've been fighting with white people my whole life. So the best way to know is know your enemy. And I'm pretty good at knowing white people. So I'm just going to go and make sure you understand the music, what passive aggression is. It's very important.
Yeah.
You cannot meet passive aggression with aggression.
What does white people music? What does it mean?
You know what? It's like music that means things to them. Like for instance, I love quote-unquote white people music. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hip-hop is black people music.
Yeah.
But not just rock and roll, but like, okay, here's a couple of things I didn't know. I didn't know Neil Young was such a beloved white figure in music. He's beloved. And he should be investigated, and people should know, like black folks and any other should know how important Neil Young is as a artist to white people, and how important the song "Creep" is.
Oh my God! Don't you say anything bad about that.
The magic of this song "Creep." It's when I heard it, I'm like, oh, it's a good song. And then I seen videos, And it's mesmerizing to white people. They start floating. I'm a creep. I'm a loser.
There we go.
Dude.
It just comes on when you talk about it.
I'm telling you, 7 people just crashed into the bay just now. They pulled over to cry.
In one of his later interviews, he said, the people who run this thing don't want freedom, they want control. The minute you stop being scared of losing your job, you become dangerous. That line would echo in fans' minds for years after because they could sense it. Patrice wasn't just joking anymore, he was warning. Then, in 2011, something major happened that put Patrice's beliefs to the test. Another comedian, Tracy Morgan, made a controversial statement during a stand-up show about the LGBTQ community, one that immediately sparked outrage across the nation. The backlash was massive. Sponsors, networks, and other celebrities turned their backs on Tracy overnight. But Patrice, he stood by his friend, not because he agreed with what was said, but because he believed in the right to say it.
I can't run because they'll call me a racist if I start run, stupid. Get home, feel guilty, but be alive. If I'm in Kentucky and I see 5 bald white dudes walking towards me, I'm running. I ain't gonna wonder if they got cancer.
He said, I don't have to like what you say to defend your right to say it. Comedy used to be the last place for truth. Now it's just another job where you gotta beg not to get fired. Those words spread like wildfire. Some praised him for being brave, others called him reckless. But one thing was certain, Patrice had broken the unspoken oath again. He challenged the same power structure he once warned about, and this time there would be consequences. Because what happened next changed everything. Patrice's name started to disappear from big opportunities. Projects he was attached to suddenly went quiet. Networks stopped calling. But Patrice didn't care. He was tired of pretending. In one of his last interviews, he said, if the truth kills my career, then my career was never mine to begin with. He didn't know it, but his time was running out. By mid-2011, Patrice O'Neal was at a crossroads. His fans loved him more than ever. His stand-up special, Elephant in the Room, had made waves. It wasn't just funny, it was fearless. In that special, he joked about gender, race, and power in a way that no one else dared to. Every punchline felt like truth wrapped in laughter. But you could also feel something heavier behind the jokes, a frustration, a warning, and maybe a goodbye. He once said in an interview, I don't want to be controlled, man. I want to say what I mean. I want to die with my integrity.
Congratulations to you, my friend. Look at that white woman you're with. God damn.
Those words hit differently now, because just a few months after Elephant in the Room aired, Patrice O'Neal suffered a massive stroke. He was only 41 years old. The news hit the comedy world like a shockwave. Fans, friends, and fellow comedians couldn't believe it. A man so full of life, so sharp, so awake, suddenly gone quiet. But for many who followed him closely, it didn't feel random. Some whispered that Patrice had been under immense pressure, not just from work, but from the constant pushback his honesty brought him. He spent his life exposing what he saw as the game. He told audiences how fame wasn't just luck, it was about submission. He said, they make you choosing, but the system's choosing you. That kind of truth doesn't make friends in the entertainment industry, and Patrice knew it. In his last few public appearances, he looked tired but defiant. On Opie and Anthony, he joked about being blacklisted, saying, I know what I did. I told too much, but I'm not scared. I was never supposed to be famous anyway. He laughed as he said it, but everyone in the studio felt the chill in the air. He meant it. After his passing in November 2011, the tributes poured in. Comedians like Bill Burr, Kevin Hart, and Dave Chappelle called him one of the realest voices ever to touch a microphone. Bill Burr said Patrice wasn't just funny, he was the truth, the kind of truth that makes people uncomfortable. Kevin Hart called him a teacher. Chris Rock even said he was a giant. Nobody saw the world like Patrice. But still, something felt strange. Despite all the love and respect, the industry that once tried to shape Patrice's image didn't celebrate him the way they could have. No huge posthumous projects, no big re-releases, no full-blown documentaries for years. Almost like they were letting him fade quietly.
Now I'm the Shasta Cola killer because I'm lazy. And when they check my apartment for evidence, all they'll find are, porno tapes and Shasta cans. I did it.
And maybe that's exactly what he warned us about, that uncomfortable space between truth and silence. Because when you look back at Patrice's career, you see the same pattern over and over again. Every time he spoke too directly, doors closed. Every time he challenged the invisible line, his path got smaller. But every time he told the truth, he gained more power with the people. That was the trade-off, fame for freedom. He once said during the Black Phillip show, they keep you hungry so you'll behave, but the second you stop being hungry, you stop being scared. That's when you start talking, and talk he did until the end. Even now, years later, new fans discover his clips online and wonder how someone so honest could exist in a world built on filters and fear.
Hey, don't do the thing. You're a real jackass, buddy. He filmed it. Oh, he taped it. You stupid. Listen. Follow the fucking...
When you listen to Patrice today, his voice feels more relevant than ever. He was warning comedians, artists, and even regular people not to lose themselves in the system. He said, the scariest thing you can be in this world is free. That's why they don't teach it. That line alone defines him. Patrice wasn't just a comedian, he was a philosopher with a punchline. He used humor as a weapon, and he aimed it right at the structures that wanted him quiet. So, was Patrice O'Neal silenced, or was he just too real for a world built on make-believe? Maybe it's both, because even if Hollywood stopped giving him a microphone, the internet didn't. His interviews, his jokes, his wisdom, all of it lives on, spreading like wildfire to a generation tired of fake smiles and corporate jokes. He told people what they didn't want to hear, that the price of truth was everything. And in the end, he paid that price, but he never bowed down. Patrice once said, you don't need to be liked, you need to be respected. Respect lasts longer, and that's exactly what he left behind, respect. From fans who never met him, comedians who feared debating him, and audiences who still quote him to this day. Patrice O'Neal may have been silenced by the industry, but his voice, it echoes louder than ever. Every clip, every quote, every uncomfortable laugh, it's proof that truth never really dies. He didn't just expose the industry's hidden power, he exposed the truth about all of us. That freedom, real freedom, comes with a cost, and very few are willing to pay it. If you made it this far, you already know what to do. Hit that like button to keep Patrice's message alive. Subscribe for more deep stories the mainstream won't tell. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and let us know in the comments, do you think Patrice O'Neal went too far, or was he just ahead of his time? Because maybe the truth was never meant to be comfortable.